Welcome back, Pokemon Trainers. Professor Chaz here, the lab coat's on back order, and we're here in Pallet Town, kicking off episode 61 of the Pokemon Silver playthrough. We're just about finished with this game, finally. We can move on to the next generation, possibly later this week. In fact, I'm going to say pretty much definitely later this week. I don't think I'm going to hold off until the following week to start another playthrough. Sun and Moon are about 2 months away. I want to get through the next generation if I can. I think a 2-month period should be pretty good for that. But last time, we picked up our final badge here in the Kanto region from Gym Leader Blue in Viridian City. We came down here to Professor Oak in Pallet Town, who has made it possible for us to head to Mount Silver, which is normally too dangerous for your standard Pokemon trainer, but of course, we here are the champion of 2 regions now, Kanto and Johto. I think we can handle whatever Mount Silver has to throw at us. But what I want to do is open access to Mount Silver. I'm pretty sure even in this generation there's a Pokemon Center out there which I can then fly to later on. There's a few other little loose ends in Johto that I want to take care of, and I'll mention those as we head towards Mount Silver. But first of all, let's take a look at the current team and see who we're working with. Here we have our level 51 Blastoise Sheldon, holding his leftovers for some HP recovery. He's got Surf, Ice Punch, Skull Bash, and Bide, and massive defenses on this guy, and everything else is above 100, which is nice, definitely. Next we have Blaze, our level 51 Charizard, holding Dragon Fang to power up the Dragon Breath. He also has Fire Punch, Fire Blast, and Slash, and much like Sheldon, everything is above 100. Special attack is 143, which is definitely excellent. Next we have our level 52 Pikachu, holding the Focus Band for a possible save from a possible, what would you call it? Protection from a KO, essentially. Thunderbolt, Body Slam, Thunder Wave, and Flash for the moveset, and speed is a nice, almost 120, and everything else is what it is. Next we have Fluffy, our level 51 Clefable, the Dragon Slayer of the Johto Elite Four, holding Nevermelt Ice to power up the Ice Punch, also with Double Edge Sing and Metronome on the moveset, and special stats are awesome. Defense is at 105 as well, so that's not too bad. Next we have our level 50 Venusaur Sprout, holding Miracle Seed to power up the Solar Beam, also has Sunny Day, Toxic, and Leech Seed, and everything is at least 100 on the stats, which is great. And our last Pokemon is Shelbert, our original starter from Professor Oak back in Pokemon Blue. Shelbert the Squirtle at level 51, holding the Quick Claw for a possible outspeeding of the opponent, Surf, Ice Beam, Bite, and Protect, and defense is at 104. Everything else, much like Pikachu, is what it is, what you see there. So, we're going to head towards Viridian. Hang on, who do I want to get the next level? That would be our level 50. Of course, let's put Sprout to the front. So we're going to head to Viridian City and then head towards Mount Silver, just to open it as a, as I say, like a fly location. I'm pretty sure you can fly to it from Johto, because there's, I don't think there's anything left for us to do in Kanto. Nothing that springs to mind, but there's still some stuff in Johto, definitely some TMs and some items I want to pick up, because even though the Pokemon Silver playthrough is going to be finishing up quite soon, we still have a little while to go in Pokemon Stadium 2, so it's going to be kind of weird. We're going to have 2 kind of series from spanning across 2 generations going on at the same time, but Stadium 2 is more of a side series anyway. But I want to make sure that we're still fully stocked for that, to make sure we can get through that as far as we can, hopefully to unlock the Round 2 stuff. I didn't do that in Stadium 1 because, admittedly, I was just destroyed by the random number generator of the Stadium games, so I decided I'm not going to go any further into Stadium. It's not fun, and my commentary is getting pretty on the negative side. It's like, that's just not entertaining, I don't think. But I'm enjoying Stadium 2. Possibly because of the held items, possibly because I've got more EV training, and I'm going to mention that as soon as we do get to Johto. First of all, the Pokemon League Victory Road entrance. So, of course, Victory Road has nothing in it, but we're not even going through Victory Road exactly, because these 2 guys on the side that were blocking off the path before are gone. Professor Oak has arranged to have them taken care of, so we can now head here to Mount Silver. This is a Victory Road, no, yeah, I thought I was going to say Victory Road entrance again. Now, we might see some stronger level Pokemon out here. With the first Blade of Grass, we find ourselves facing a level 43 Dodrio. I do not think Sprout can run away from this, and therefore, we're going to switch into... let's go Shelbert. Your defense is at over 100. I think you can handle this, plus would an Ice Beam be enough to bring this thing down? Fury Attack, no problem. So, I do have a list of things. One of our loyal viewers, Ice King 688, has given me a nice little list of... Did you stop this? A nice little list of things that we can take care of in the Johto region. There's a few things that they mentioned that I'm not going to get into because there's like a For example, there's a big Magikarp catching contest at the Lake of Rage, and I'm really only interested in catching the Pokemon that I'm using for like my main playthrough and stuff, right? So, I'm not liking this. Get out of here, Dodrio. But anyway, there is one thing that I've missed. There's another thing that I'm not going to really take care of in this because, again, I'm only using my specific Pokemon. I can go to I can go to Bill in Goldenrod and get a mysterious Pokemon whose name will never be mentioned. Wait, I just did that. That's Eevee. So I could pick that up. And other than that, they do mention a couple of items. They also let me know what the levels of the final challenge are going to be. And it's good that I found that out because I was not, like, I didn't want to look things up ahead of time. I want to sort of experience things new, so to speak, even though I've done this before. And I didn't know what the levels of the final battle were going to be. And for those of you that don't know what the final battle is, I'm not going to spoil it just yet, but that's a house. It's not a Pokemon Center, but I'm sure there's a Pokemon Center here anyway. But I didn't want to spoil what it is, and you'll see the levels of the final battle are going to be pretty interesting. I'm going to try to run. I know you can drill peck me, but we have over 100 for our defense stat. Out of here, Dodrio. I'm not going to mess with you right now. But we are seeing the wild Pokemon are quite high level. Now, as I say many times, before going into every new area, I like to train my Pokemon to be 5 levels above the wild encounters in the area. As Ice King 688 did caution, they recommended that I might want to break my 5-level rule, because the final battle is going to be quite a challenge. But I've got an idea in mind for how to handle the final encounter. We are here at the Pokemon Center. Let's give a nice heal for Shelbert for the most part, since I think he's the only one that took a hit. So Shelbert is getting a nice full heal. The rest of the Pokemon can join him, I suppose. And we'll check out what's going on in this place. And in fact, what I'm going to do, just because I need to do some maneuvering, I'm going to start putting some Pokemon, or not putting some Pokemon, putting a Pokemon away and getting Chirp back out of box number 2. So the highest level is Pikachu, but now that he's on the team as an active member, I just can't put him back in the PC. He's got to stay. So let's put away our level 51. I want to keep the defensive one. Blaze, you know what? Fluffy, you've been working so hard this whole time. We're going to let you sit down for a little while. Take yourself a nice little rest in the non-injury box as we get Chirp, our flying Pidgeot. There we go. Now, I will say I'm going towards Goldenrod City because there is something I want to take care of there as far as item-wise. Yeah, I got Chirp. I was like, did I just take Chirp out? Yes, I did. And did I even speak to this old lady? I don't think I did. Trainers who seek power climb Mount Silver despite its many dangers. With their trusted Pokemon, they must feel they can go anywhere. Well, I can go pretty much anywhere, too. I have all the HMs. Except for Cut! Hey, we gotta get Rocky now, too. That's awesome. Alright, no big deal, though. We'll get ourselves the Cut Pokemon. And that means we're gonna deposit somebody else. I want to keep Sprout for the leveling up purposes. We're gonna put Blaze away for now, too. Just temporarily, Blaze. You'll be back. Let's grab ourselves our Sandslash. Our non-Alola form Sandslash. It's going to be interesting seeing Alola form Sandslash in just about 2 months' time, though. Well, it might take longer than exactly release day to finally see these Alola forms, so they're probably further into the game. I don't think you start off on the Icy Mountain, but... Out of the grass! No! Dodrio! Leave me alone! But eventually... Oh, hi, Tangela. We are going to see these Alola forms in action, and then we'll finally get the answer, unless it's a leaked information thing beforehand, of... Does the entire evolutionary line of these Pokemon have Alola forms? Or does a standard Pokemon sort of split evolve into regular, for example, does an Execute evolve into a regular Exeggutor in every region except Alola? Does a regular Execute evolve into Alolan Exeggutor? We're not going to know until, of course, either the game comes out or we get the information leaked to us. So there's gotta be a hidden item. It's not working. Where's my hidden item? Oh, there it is. I could sell that for money! Of course, I could use it if I want, but I prefer us to get the levels by training. That does lead me to something that I do want to do before we leave Gen 2, though. I'll explain that after we talk to this person. Oh dear, you found me. Please don't tell anyone about me. I'll give you this for keeping my secret, please. Alright, I'll take a TM. What does it teach? It's tough being a top celebrity. Everywhere I go, people chase me. I just want to be left alone. You don't even tell me what you give me? That's mean. You're gonna make me scroll all the way to the bottom of my TM list? Really? I don't know what movies you're in, but I ain't watching those. We have Steel... We already had a Steel Wing. Well, I'll take another one, I suppose. I can teach it to 2 different Pokemon. Fiero, that probably knows Steel Wing. So, that was decent. I suppose I could teach... Yeah, I got a couple ideas for where I could teach Steel Wing, too, now that I have the second of the TMs. I got the first one in Rock Tunnel, I believe. It's kind of weird they would double up on the TMs like that. Oh, well. Anyway, something that I do want to take care of is... Wait a minute. There's something over here. I want to check this out first. There's a possible hidden item. Not hidden, but kind of secluded item. We're going to find out what that is. But now that we have a random... Ooh, I could probably knock that thing out for experience. Sunny Day Solar Beam combo. But we're going to leave Donphan where it is. Now, I think Mount Silver is the only place that you can encounter Slugma in Gen 2. And people have said it's kind of weird that they would save a Pokemon like that for that far into the game, and they wouldn't give you access to it until, you know, very late, till after you've already done all the gyms. But as far as people completing the Pokedex is concerned, you know, they probably would want to come here and get that Slugma, so we'll probably see some of those as we go into Mount Silver. We're not going in there just yet, though. Here we go. Is it right in the middle? Yes, it is. A full restore! Excellent! I will take that. Fully heal the status and HP of a Pokemon? Yes, please. Let's just take a quick pop into Mount Silver just to see what the layout looks like, and then we're going to run away. This is the Mount Silver entrance. Do we need Flash in here? We are going to need Flash in here. Luckily, we still have Pikachu just to take a quick look. If that item was within grabbing range, I might grab that. Never mind. But we have made it to Mount Silver. Now let's see if the fly location is accessible. Yes, it is. Alright, Silver Cave, so I can easily fly back here. So the first thing I want to do, head to Goldenrod City. Down south of here, Ice King 688 says there are 3 sisters south of Goldenrod City, but north of the forest, that you can battle for a ground power-up item called Soft Sand. And I remember doing this initially on my game, but I completely forgot about it this time around. If I can find the water to surf on, I think this is fenced off, yeah. But if I can surf from up here, there is sort of a little secluded area that you can find these 3 different trainers at. Now, I should be able to get off the surfing right here. And no, we got to surf all the way further down. Alright, no problem, we'll do this. And get 3 quick battles in. Now, I did mention in, was it episode 7 of Stadium 2 that went up on Saturday, I was asking for some feedback. Do you guys want to see me do the final battle first, or do you want to see me go ahead and go for the legendary beasts like Entei, Raikou, Suicune, Ho-Oh as well as I think we can go for. And the consensus seems to be you guys want to see me go for the legendary beasts before anything else. So I will be doing that. It's going to probably happen depending on how long these battles take. And I don't think they're going to take that long. But, yeah, a boy found us! Hello! So, these battles shouldn't take too long. I'll probably have time to try to track down Entei and Suicune, because I haven't seen those yet. I do have Raikou in the Pokedex. I can track that Pokemon down anytime I want to. But for the time being, I have to try to track down the other 2 Pokemon. And, as I've said, Ecruteak City I find is the best place to do that. And who was it that mentioned something about using a Repel? I think another viewer, Robert Gosney, said something about if I use a Repel and use Pokemon that are almost level 40, it should keep away all the wild Pokemon except the level 40 legendary beasts, which I can certainly do, but I would have to pull something out of the PC. In fact, let me take a look at my list. I gotta think of somebody that can weaken the Pokemon as well, because we're all at level 50 now on the active team. I don't know if any Pokemon are going to be able to survive, or any of the legendary Pokemon are going to survive too many hits, if a single hit from any of my guys. I suppose Blaze could Fire Punch Suicune, and maybe Entei as well. It's not going to be item boosted, it's our weakest of the moves. But we'll see. Anyway, we defeat the first of the 3 trainers. Oh, he's too strong! Thank you! Yes, I am. And we're immediately attacked by trainer number 2. You can't beat Irene and go unpunished. I probably can. I'm just going to say that right now. So, as far as levels go, I do have a few Pokemon at level 30 I have not even used yet, so I could bring them back. I've got... I don't think Slowbro can learn anything to put Pokemon to sleep in this generation, but if they could, I could bring Pinky, our level 37 Slowbro. Let's get that Sunny Day up, go for another Solar Beam, bunch of attacks against these water types. Are they all going to be water Pokemon? If so, that's okay. we can easily get these KOs and pick up the item that we came down here to get. And it's an item I probably could have made use of in Stadium 2 thus far. It's an item that powers up ground-type attacks if I haven't mentioned that yet, and I have Earthquake on Machamp, who's been going through the Elite Four, but it's going to help out in other challenges as well. We're going to try out some of the Stadium challenges, like the Poké Cup and the Prime Cup at least. And I can probably do the Challenge Cup as well. That's the one that you get random Pokemon. It's the little cup that I'm going to have the hardest time with, because I don't have a lot of Pokemon in my collection to choose from. I might just use computer characters for that. And Jen is defeated also. So sorry, Irene, sis! So they're all sisters. Okay, I was going to say, does this one attack me too? Because if so, I can't walk around past them to check this place out. But, fortunately, she does not. You sure were mean to my little sisters! And Sprout just gained a level, didn't he? And I didn't switch him out, so he's going to gain some extra experience towards level 52. My nose is itchy today, I can't help it. And yeah, I could have come here a long time ago. These are all Pokemon of level 20-ish. But, oh well, we're here now. We're just going to plow right through. So I think the next part that I'm going to do is try to focus on, like I said, just trying to find the legendary beast. I could go after Ho-Oh, but I am pretty sure Ho-Oh is level 70. And we're not quite on par for that just yet. But we take down that shelter. We're going to probably see a Cloyster. We've been seeing the evolved forms of everything they start off with. I called it. I wonder what an Alola form Cloyster might look like. Anyway, if there is such a thing, we'll find out eventually. I imagine to keep the shell aspect, they probably want to make it a rock type, maybe. But that's another thing, too. Now, I'll have mentioned this already in the news update video thingy for the day about the Koro leaks. No, I can't believe I lost. But there's some crazy new stuff out there. You're too strong. I didn't stand a chance. Here, you deserve this. And that's the ground power item, the soft sand. Fortunately, there's space in the bag to grab that. I'm sorry we jumped you. We never expected anyone to find us here. You sure startled us. And that should be all there is down here, I believe. So, what is next on the list? I got the soft sand. And there's the spoiler alert for a 16-year-old game incoming. Thank you, Ice King 688, for the warning. I decided to ignore the warning and just check out the information anyway, which is good that I did. Because, if nothing else, it has helped me decide the order of all this post-game stuff to do. So, let's go ahead and head down. Now, hang on, do we have anybody currently on the team that we could weaken either of the two legendary beasts? Let me just see what Chirp and Rocky, what they have to work with. Attack-wise, I could possibly cut with Rocky. His attack stat is 127, though. Who else has some kind of lower-powered attacks? I could, of course, use Pikachu for Thunder Wave. Shelbird's Bite might not be bad. His special attack is only 69. You know what? We are going to lead Shelbert, see if we can get some biting off on some of these legendary beasts. So bear with me as I do a little bit of initial hunting for the beasts. I'll go for like 5 encounters. If I don't see one of the beasts by then, I'll switch. The idea is, if I go back into Ecruteak City, whatever route the beasts are on, they'll shift to somewhere else. If I then head back down south, they will shift again. So it's just kind of random luck, trial and error until you get the beasts to show up. But once I do have all 3 of them registered in the Pokédex, then I'll be able to track them using their area section of the Pokédex. Stantler, I almost thought you were a beast for a second with your pose, but you're not. We're going to leave you. But yeah, the Koro leaks, as I said in the news update, I don't like to do the leak coverage because there's plenty of other people out there that do it, and essentially, it would either be me looking at the leak itself and saying, oh, that looks cool, or what does this mean, right? Because I don't understand Japanese. Now, of course, for best information, I would say following any leaks like that from Japanese stuff, go to cerebi.net. They have translators that will get the full information over time of what the page says about the new information. And if I was to use that stuff, it's just basically me reiterating what cerebi.net already says. So, for that reason, oh, hi, Ladybug, I haven't seen you in a long time. We're not going to deal with you, we're going to leave. But it would basically just be me, yeah, kind of pointing out, like, what the pictures look like, because of course the images, there's no translation needed. You see a picture, it's a picture. But they have a lot of cool information. Something I did yesterday for just a few moments is I went through my entire list of Pokemon in my collection, and what I am doing, now I normally don't like to do this in a Pokemon game, and, well, I'm not doing this exactly, but some people will see all the different Pokemon information beforehand, and they'll make a team, or they'll decide on what their team is going to be in their first playthrough based on the information that they have. and I don't like to do that. I'd rather wait and see what I encounter and decide what do I want to add to the team. In a way, I should probably consider doing it as a Nuzlocke, because then I'm given whatever Pokemon Random Fate decides to hand my way. But I don't want to Nuzlocke it in the sense that if a Pokemon gets knocked out, they're not gone forever. I'm going to keep using them, right? And I didn't mention that, and I'll mention it as we get to the the Sun and Moon playthrough eventually. It's not going to be a Nuzlocke, it's going to be a standard playthrough, because I want to experience it my natural way. But, all that being said, I am deciding on what types of Pokemon to add. Now, I don't mean species, because I don't want to know exactly what species, although I have my eyes on a couple. Of course, spoiler warning, I always choose the Water-type starter in any new generation of Pokemon, so I'm going to be choosing Popplio for my starter. I don't yet know what it evolves into type-wise. I might be adding a new type to the team I'm not expecting, but the idea is, I was looking at all of my Pokemon based on their typings, and originally, when I was doing weekly Wi-Fi battles in Omega Ruby, one of the things I wanted to do to sort of keep things interesting was I can do type-themed weeks, right? I can bring a whole team of water types one week and see, can I stand up to all the opponents? Like, will I be able to overcome the opponents using a water-themed team? I've lost to plenty of them. Can I actually win with one of them? And I could go like a rock type one week, I can go electric type one week. But, as it turned out, when I'm looking at all the types I have in my collection to choose from, there's some Pokemon types that are not completely, but horribly underrepresented in terms of how many I have. For example, as far as Steel-type Pokemon go, I've only got one in my overall collection at this point in Gen 6, and that is my Aegislash. I've only got 2 Ice-type Pokemon, my Weavile and Articuno. As for Dark-types, I've only got 2 of those, Irwin the Crocodile and another Weavile again, Sol. So, I want to start choosing Pokemon in Sun and Moon for my playthrough that I have minimal types of, because I want to add more to them, so that in future generations I can do these type-themed weeks. Of course, as far as having, I don't want to like double up on the types if I can help it in my Moon playthrough, so if I get, for example, a Steel type, because I have only 1 right now, then that'll be my 1 Steel type for Gen 7. And that means if I do a type-themed week for Omega Ruby Wi-Fi battles, I won't be able to have a Steel-type theme week for like another 4 generations, but we'll kind of play things out, we'll see what happens. If it turns out maybe something that I have will evolve into a Steel type that I wasn't expecting, too. But as far as that goes, I do have my eye on one particular Pokemon that I would like to add to the team. As soon as I saw the images of it, I was like, I kind of want to put that on. I'm not going to say here, I don't want to spoil anything, but just Pokemon I'm kind of partial to already. I'll just leave it at that. Anyway, all this time, we still haven't found any of the beasts yet? Really? Come on now. Let's go for another couple encounters and see if either of the other 2 show up. In fact, I could just check the Pokédex, see where Raikou happens to be at right now. Let me just check one more encounter here. Head back into Ecruteak City and see if I can track down where Raikou might be at. Now, what I'm going to do for the future parts is I'm going to keep going until I encounter the beasts. And I'm going to do sped up footage so that you guys don't need to sit through me doing all this and just kind of rambling about random stuff. And you'll get to the points where I either capture the legendary beast or it accidentally gets knocked out or whatever happens. So let's check out the Pokédex right now just to get an idea where Raikou happens to be. And there is one more thing I can mention before we finish up with the episode for the day, which I will do as I do a little bit last minute checking for these Pokemon. Where'd you go, Raikou? There you are. So where are you at the moment? Of course you're right down there. So if I go east, there is no grass for me to encounter, but if I go to the west, I could encounter Raikou out there. Let's just give that a shot, because by leaving the town in this direction, Raikou will shift areas. Actually, I think this counts as moving it too. Let me just check right now, if I enter the booth. It does, okay. But if I leave again, it might shift over past Ecruteak City. So let me just try that. See what happens. This is how you have to track down the beast in the original Gen 2 games. No, it went even further. I'm just going to go for a few encounters out here just to see if I keep saying Entei. If Entei or Suicune are out here somewhere. But something that I do want to do before finishing up Gen 2 completely, as I've been going through Pokemon Stadium 2, I've been overestimating the stats of certain Pokemon such as Zapdos and Articuno. The reason for this is, for example, like Zapdos has been outsped by a lot of things that I wouldn't have... Zapdos is a fast Pokemon, right? I would have expected Zapdos to be able to be faster than some things. And the fact that Zapdos is not means... Since I haven't done any training with those two Pokemon, those two legendary birds, although they are level 50, they have gained no stat experience yet. Like, very minimal when I used Zapdos back in Pokemon Blue for a while. It's wild far-fetched. Hey, buddy. And what I want to do before we leave Gen 2 is I'm going to sell off all the items that I do not need, that I'm not going to carry forward with me, or like, I'm going to use as many TMs as I can, and probably sell a bunch of things like the Max Revives and all the elixirs and such, and put as much money as I can into the stat boosting items, like the Carbos, the Calcium, and stuff like that, and use those on the legendary birds, because I have plans for those birds in future generations. I'm not going to spoil anything in particular, but I do want them to be at decent, stat level, so to speak, so that they can actually put in some good work in future situations. And I felt kind of bad that, like, I was going to say something about the next episode of Stadium 2, which I've already recorded, but I don't want to spoil that. So, basically, all I'm trying to say is I want to try to get some nice stat boost. I want to affect the Pokemon in ways that they can carry forward with them. That being TMs and stat boost, if possible. So, let's just go for another 5 encounters down here, and happen to see if any of the beasts decide to show up. I could track Raikou right now, but there's still 2 other ones I haven't even seen yet. I'm just waiting to see if they're going to pop up. But this is going to wrap up the end of the episode, and if I see them, I see them. If not, we're going to come back, probably to see them, blah, 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 but probably see some sped-up footage in the next episode tomorrow, before leading into actually encountering and hopefully capturing these beasts. And after that, I'm pretty sure... Well, you know what? I still have to get the Sludge Bomb TM, and I still have to get the Mystic Water, which I probably should have done by now, but we're kind of running out of time for the episode. I'll go for 2 more encounters, and next episode we'll probably start off with me trying to find these beasts, and then I'll get the Sludge Bomb TM, then I'll get the Mystic Water, thanks to Robert Gosney for reminding me about the Mystic Water in Cherry Grove City, which I would have completely skipped over. I didn't even think to check the water down there. But I got some ideas for the next episode, and it might be the entire episode is just trying to get the beasts. If not, I can go ahead and try to get Ho-Oh as well in that episode. And that would leave, I believe, just Mount Silver, as far as everything I'm going to take care of in this playthrough. So, we're going to call it a day. We're going to just pop into the Pokemon Center, save it up. Feel free to leave... Wait. Thank you for watching today's episode, everybody. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the overall pretty much boring stuff today. But if you have checked out the Koro leaks over on Cerebi.net, let me know what you think of those Pokemon. As I said in the news update, I don't know if I want to do a full video on that or wait for the trailer, but anyway, we'll see what happens later in the week if a trailer comes out. I'm definitely going to be doing a review and recap of that, so stay tuned for that if and when the trailer comes out. Anyway, as we're nearing the end of Pokemon Silver, feel free to let me know what you think. Well, there's not that much left to go, but let me know what you think the final encounter is going to be like, because the levels are kind of high on our final battle. And Ho-Oh itself, I'm pretty sure, like I said, is level 70, so that's going to be a bit of a problem for us as well. But all that being said, feel free to check the link down in the description to the full playlist of Pokemon Silver. If you have not checked out all the episodes yet, you can see which ones you've missed, and just check out and get caught up. And what else was I going to say? Just check out the other playlists that are on the channel. Stuff to tide you over until Sun and Moon come out November 18th. And as I mentioned previously, I have a capture card on the way for the 3DS, which hopefully will be here in time. I can start doing some nice, good quality, day of release footage of Sun and Moon, or rather Pokemon Moon, when it comes out. And all that being said, we're running out of time. I'm going to say thank you once again for checking out today's episode, and I'm signing off way too soon, but Professor Chaz is signing off, and I'll catch you next time.